either I can cut down on my opening range or I can widen my 4-bet range, flat more 3-bets that he's making, even though this is an interesting size. Even though he's flatting or making large 3-bets, that's just pretty interesting and bad. 2.5x at what is it, 19 BB. So I don't know if he mixes up his opening sizes that much. Here I'm going to min-raise call. I think even at 8 big blinds, you tend to get flatted by hands that aren't calling a shove, like 9-8, 8-7, 10-8, 10-7, all those hands that aren't calling a shove. You still get flatted, and at 8 big blinds, you have 2 streets of playability with a hand that dominates a very, very large portion of your opponent's range. So I prefer the min raise for additional value than just the shove. This is a standard shove here. I think I simultaneously sat a regular at the 50s. I always see him sitting. And he's talking. I always see him sitting at lower stakes. He seems to have pretty good work ethic. He's always grinding. I don't know what his results are. But yeah, I don't have any stats from. I played him a few times previously, but that was on Hold'em Manager, so I don't have any stats to go off of here. I just remember him being very aggressive pre-flop. So I'm going to tighten up my range a little bit. This is a good hand to 3-bet bluff with. Make it a little bigger here to, one, gain some additional fold equity pre-flop, since we really don't have a good hand. If he does flat, I'm very comfortable with playing, two suited cards against a reg's pretty well defined range of limping. He's going to have a lot of middle cards like usual, like Jack 10, all that type of stuff, and we can represent. He won't be able to represent a lot of boards, and we can. I think he'll play his hand pretty face up and against a pretty defined range. I'm going to check here. If he bets, this is interesting. When he bets 60. The bet sizing looks like another ace that I would like to shove and get off a chop. But, when he check calls the flop, he's going to have 9x. Would a 9x bet this river? King X is possible, actually. So I'm going to shove here. I think the combinations of King X that he could check call on the flop and then bet like that on the river kind of made me side with the shoving instead of the flatting there. This is a min-raise call versus him for sure. There's actually there's another option there. I could have, let me pull this hand up. I could have raised smaller. I guess raise and then fold it to a shove. Which is a possibility. I'm going to min-raise call against the guy that's shoving wide. I don't know. I think I just like the shove also because it does get him off of. It does get him off of some ace-x, I believe. Granted, he's shoving a lot of those pre-flop, and he's not really check calling those too often on the flop if he is flatting pre. So thinking about it, he bets 60 on the river. I have 410 behind. I kind of do like a raise to 130 or 140 instead. I think that's definitely the better play looking back on it. Unfortunately, I made a mistake there. I think I can raise to 130 and against this player, pretty easily fold to a 3-bet on the river. And it does gain additional value from the possible King X that he has, or the 9X that he just played in a weird way.